Got some good news, guys. The first ball python clutch has completely come out of the eggs. Very excited to have these snakes. First of the season. We've gotten a couple clutches in the last couple of days. But before I get to showing you guys all these snakes, there's 6 in here, I have to show you guys the pairing and tell you guys kind of a funny story. So this female black pastel, otherwise known as a black pewter, is the dam to the clutch that we just saw. 6 beautiful babies. She laid 6 eggs about 55 days ago, and obviously all the babies went full term. They look healthy, they look good, no defects, no nothing. Everybody's looking great, which is always pretty much the best thing you could hope for. You know, you're not always going to win on odds and things like that, but as long as the babies come out perfect and the female looks good after she lays the eggs, gets back on food as quick as possible, and as you guys could see, she's looking quite good. She's already put back all the weight. That's all you could ask for, really. But anyways, basically this female laid that clutch of eggs. Now this female was actually our first female to lay eggs for us this year, and I actually believe she's one of the first females that we began pairing with males. Now it's very important that you guys realize I just said males, because myself and Joseph, we didn't realize that we paired her with multiple males. So the animals that we were looking to get today were black pewter, to Spark. The Spark is the puma maker, basically. When combined with yellow belly, they make pumas, but also Spark on its own does really cool things when combined with other genes. So we had 2 babies hatched out, and we were convinced that these had to be the black pewter Sparks, because we really had never seen anything like that before. And I mean, out of what we could get, it would make sense that that was the black pewter Spark. But even though that Spark male locked up with that black pewter about, I don't want to say 500 times here, but at least 7 times that we actually saw him locked up with her, we thought for sure that's what we would be getting. But we had forgotten that at the beginning of the season we had paired her with our bumblebee butter. Our bumblebee butter. Is that what this is? Yeah, a butter queen bee, basically. So a pastel butter spider. So it looks like the queen bee was a sire. Now let's go take a look at those babies. Alright, we're back. Let's take a look at our clutch and see how we did on the odds. So a pastel butter spider bred to a pastel black pastel. See what we got. Now, the thing that sucks about this clutch is that we have no idea, because you guys have seen how the Sparks look. They don't look that too much different from a normal, so we don't know if these 2 normals that we hit on the clutch, these 2 normal looking snakes, if they could possibly be Sparks. Actually, this snake is definitely a normal. You can see just by the black patterning. Not really too much going on with this guy. He looks pretty much like a normal. But this one over here looks a bit different. It has, you know, some blushing going on the sides. And if it would show its head, it actually has kind of that head stamp that Sparks tend to have. But now seeing the rest of the results of this clutch, pretty much 85% sure that this guy and this guy over here are normals. Mind you, this one is very light looking. So 2 normals, and then here we have a regular pastel, which again, this snake would have been no, actually this snake would have been possible, because obviously we bred a black pewter, which is a pastel black pastel, so this snake would have came out even if we put the Spark to the black pewter. This is another snake that we would have possibly gotten, and this is a nice looking black pastel here. You guys can see it almost looks a little bit like a normal, but it has a more orangey color, and also it has really nice black speckling inside those donut looking patterns that we sometimes refer to as alien heads on the side. So that's a black pastel. Now these next two snakes are what had us stumped, because up to this point everything in this clutch, it could have been sired by the spark, right? These are all things that could have popped out even if the spark was a sire. This was the first thing that came out, and we were like, what the hell? This thing is freaky looking. Faded head. Really nice looking snake. Now remember, at this point we have totally forgotten that we put the butter queen bee with the black pewter. So we thought that this could have potentially have been the black pewter spark, because the spark gene does add a lot of blushing to the animal, and you could see that this snake's back is pretty much white. So, and it has just a super faded head. Now what we're pretty sure this is, now knowing what we have, is a black pastel, super pastel, which I believe is known as a silver streak. And this snake is just so cool. I'm not disappointed with this animal at all. I'm hoping it's a female, because if it's a female, it's more likely that we would keep it, because we don't really need a male super pastel, black pastel. But wow, really just an incredible looking animal, and I actually like it better than the next animal I'm going to show you, which is the animal that may be the 5 gene animal. But this is still a really exceptional looking animal, and I'm a huge fan of contrast, so I really love the fact that it's basically black, gray, and white. Really cool looking. Now the next animal is the animal that really made us realize that yes, there is no way that this could have been sired by the spark, because this animal definitely has spider in it. We believe it's a super pastel due to the super faded head. I believe it has butter in it. Butter is the one thing that we're not too sure if it's in there or not, but I'm pretty positive. And black pastel. So this is a spider, black pastel, butter, super pastel. So pastels in there twice: butter, spider, and black pastel. Now the reason why I'll tell you guys that I think that black pastel and butter are present in this, because it's pretty much clear that this is a super pastel, spider plus other things. Now the reason why I think that both butter and spider are present in here is because I don't know if it's showing up too much on the camera, but it really kind of has that red undertone to the patterning, which you tend to see when black pastel and butter are combined. What makes me think it definitely has the black pastel gene in it is just because the spider patterning is so thick. Like usually spider patterning isn't that thick, and you guys can see like the dorsal patternings are very thick, look like broken apart black pastel pattern, as if that black pastel pattern and spider pattern are both fighting really hard to show through. And I mean, just the fact that it's like very silvery looking to me indicates that, you know, there's some butter in there. I mean, this here could potentially have butter in it also, but I don't think so. It's too dark. It's too much of a dark kind of purple on this animal. It makes me think that this is the silver streak super pastel, black pastel, and that this here is a 5 gene animal, which is really cool because this is actually going to be our first 5 gene animal, and I don't believe we've ever even hit a 4 gene animal, so it's really cool to have this pop out of this clutch. Again, not what we were shooting for. It's hard to say whether or not a black pewter spark would have been, I don't want to say worth more, because honestly we don't look at our snakes in that way, but maybe in the long run would have helped us out a little bit more than this animal. But let's actually sex these animals now and find out what kind of ratios we hit on this surprise clutch. Alright guys, so here you can see I have a bin set up for them. This bin has been sprayed down with lukewarm water, and I'm actually going to put the entire clutch in here, and we will continue to make sure it's very moist in there until their first shed, and then after that we'll start separating them, start offering them some meals. But now let's figure out what exactly we got in this clutch in terms of males and females, and we'll start off with the normals, I suppose. Just get rid of this. And now when I wash them off, I make sure that the water is warm, not cold. At the same time, it's not boiling. Okay, well, I'll just grab the black pastel first here. And I'm pretty much going to hope that these are all females. Except for maybe the 5-gene animal. Maybe that one would be nice if it was a male. And we got a little boy here. I don't know if you guys can see that too well, but it looks like the black pastel is a boy. Come back. Actually, I'm going to grab the lid just so that they don't like run away all over the place. Let's go with normal, well, what I think is normal, number 1 over here. Very light looking snake though. This may be the one baby that is actually a spark if, you know, the male spark got anything done. Another boy. Peens. And by the way guys, I don't know if you guys have seen my other videos, but I am very, very careful when I'm sexing the snakes. I don't put hardly any pressure on these guys. So even if it looks like I'm harming them, trust me, I am not. Once you know how to do this, you like really don't have to force hard at all. It just pops out there. This is the other normal. This one I'm pretty convinced is a normal. And this one just took a crap on me basically, but you could see peens, so it looks like we're 3 for 3 for males. That's fine, so long as the other 2 are going to be females. That would be nice. Pastel over here. Now, you guys may wonder why I'm rinsing them off, but they still have the goop from the egg all over them, so I want to just get rid of that. Ooh, I can't believe this, guys. See, I'm not forcing hard, but there, right there is a peen. Like, all I need to do is see that big red peen, and I know it's a male, so I'm not going to force it out any more than that, especially because I don't want to mess with these guys too much. Here comes what we think is a silver streak. And by the way guys, if you guys have opinions on what these 2 snakes are, please leave them in the comment section below. Help us out if you would. Give us your thoughts. Well then, it looks like this is a boy. Ugh, that's too bad. I really would have liked to have kept this dude. But we have a black pastel butter hypo, so you know we're not gonna keep an animal like that, unfortunately. So now this one. Watch this be a girl. The one that we would have wanted a boy of, this is definitely gonna be a girl. The Silver Streak Queen. The Queen Silver Streak? I don't know. The possible 5-gener. Oh, look at that. All boys. Wow. 6 males, no females. How do you like that? This is the weirdest clutch we've ever hatched here. Anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Please subscribe if you haven't already. These are our babies. We're really excited. We got a bunch of clutches on the way, such as an Enchi that was paired to a pastel Enchi, so looking for some pastel super Enchis. We got a bunch of ghost stuff on the way too. Bunch of cool animals coming up, man. So I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Take care.